Out of the silence, God roared an orgasmic cry of light, singing the worlds into creation. In the beginning, you, me, and everyone we know and don't know began as an orb of golden white light, our original face. God arrives to welcome you into creation. Hey, we're so happy that you're here. We could really use your help. We'd love for you to join us in the Great Earth experiment. Ooh, Earth? 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 What is Earth? It's a defined place in space. It's ruled by time, polarity, and change. I gotta let you know, there's 3 conditions to this enterprise. Number 1, you will forget your cosmic home. Number 2, your original face will be hidden. And number 3, you'll appear in live on planet Earth for a limited time only. You will go on a grand adventure of awakening to discover how to fully incarnate as the infinite within the finite. Ooh! Oh! Finite? Finite? What's finite? It's a big joke, an illusion, a dream. You're gonna jump into a form, and you will believe that this form is your only identity. This form is called a human body, and you will perceive it as limiting, finite. Mother God arrives to assure the original you. This beautiful body is the temple and the vehicle for your earth ride. It's also the instrument through which you will discover how to sing your soul's song by mastering polarity through trials and tribulations. Ooh! Oh, the trials? Tribulations? Yes. Adverse earth experiences. You, we, and a council of elders will create a curriculum just for you, so that you can remember, reclaim, and be reborn as your birthright, joy in a human body. Now, you're going to discover meaning and purpose in these experiences, and that will lead you to create life as paradise out of the mad beauty that is life. And most importantly, you will discover how to express your unique soul print. And when you leave Earth, you're going to leave an imprint. Oh, we must caution you. You will be on Earth during the climax of this great experiment. The polarizing pressure will bring forth shimmering shocks, birthing radical revelations that will transform all systems on Earth. Yeah, it's an unprecedented opportunity to be appearing live on planet Earth. Millions of other souls will join you to create the golden Earth, the culmination of the Great Earth experiment. oh, no, 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 not for me. Oh, too much. Oh, too much, too much, too much. Oh, not for me. Okay, now, we're not going to lie to you. There's going to be plenty times when you're going to want to cry out, God, beam me home. Know this to be true, bugaboo. You are never, ever alone. We and your guardian angels are with you every step of your earth walk. You are a spark of our love. You are we, and we are you. Hey, we gotta let you know, we got you back. We're with you, and every breath you breathe. There, that's all there is to say. Now, what do you say? Not so fast, dear. This is an invitation. You have a choice. You can say yay or nay. Now, what do you say? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I say yay! Sign me up! And when your mom and dad sing their orgasmic cry of light, you slide down the rainbow spiral to land in your mother's womb, where you will be born from this dark night. And in 9 months' time, you sing your own cry of light. Om, om, om. And the angels surround you, singing, welcome, welcome. We've been waiting for you. What a glorious, glorious, glorious day. Hey, 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 yeah. Oh, ho, welcome, welcome. We've been waiting for you. We're here to guide you on your earth's way. And so, a new life on earth begins. Again. The angels welcomed me into this great earth experiment in 1954 in a farm town, Danville, Indiana, USA. We all signed the dotted line with ecstatic glee, for it is a precious privilege a human being to be. When I was 33, I discovered that I had signed up to be a part of the karmic cleanup crew. What do? We clean up past dysfunctional actions, paving the way for life-affirming actions, opening the portal to the golden age. Yeah, so as a result, there were many moments when I was looking for the ejector button in this vehicle to no avail and would wail, God, beam me home! You know, there was a God beam me home moment for each one of us. In the womb, the moment that our little body starts to crown its head into the world. The original face buckles up for this carnival ride, and at that click, it says, oh no, what have I done, what have I done, what have I done, what have I done? A Hawaiian Huna shaman took me back to that buckle up, buttercup moment. I saw my future, an overabundance of adverse experiences. No, 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 I don't. No, I don't want to go through that hole. No, no. And then, as we all do, I realized the only way to go is through the hole. And in that moment, our cosmic memory is wiped clean, and our original face goes into hiding. Every morning, we look into the mirror. I wonder, are we fully present with the presence that we see? Do we ever look into the eyes that are looking back at us? Imagine looking into the mirror tomorrow morning and looking into your eyes, and you see your original face. That's exactly what happened to me one morning. When I was 8 years old, I picked up a tennis racket, and I felt it to be an extension of my right arm. When I was 15, I was asked to go pro, and I said no, because I did not experience myself as competitive. My intention each time I stepped onto the tennis court was to understand my opponent and myself. In this dance of understanding, I learned that there is no separation between my opponent and myself. There is no enemy. It's all energy dancing around. I played the Tao of tennis. I played tennis. I had fun playing tennis. I had no attachment to outcome. I would have made a horrible professional player. At 26 years old, I was accepted into an internationally touring physical theater company based in Chicago, Illinois, USA. Physical theater training is peak performance training. It's very demanding. It requires the actor to integrate the mind, the heart, and the body into a finely tuned instrument through which a truthful message can be delivered, creating a spiritual connection with the audience. We train 6 hours a day in multiple psychosomatic disciplines, including Shaolin Kung Fu. And all of those disciplines rooted us right here in the core of our creative material. The Shaolin called it the golden stove. This is the seat of our vital life force. I experienced this seat as a golden battery. And when this vital energy began to rise and rise and rise into a peak, I learned how to relax and to expand into the pressure, to open up into it and use the tension at that threshold as fuel for creation. In my 7th year with the theater company, it was very, very heavy on international touring. We also developed a new play in Colombia, South America. It was the 1980s, and guerrilla warfare was very popular. At every location, we were surrounded by at least 6 men pointing machine guns at us. I said, well, this is a lot of pressure. What am I going to do? The answer to that question came as an opportunity. I saw this moment as the best time for me to dive deeper into my understanding of what I learned in tennis. there is no enemy, only energy. Well, it just so happened that I brought along a few Zen Buddhist books. One morning, I opened up the book to read this Zen koan. Nothing evil, nothing good, my original face now. Nothing evil, nothing good, my original face now. Well, I had no idea what it meant, yet I intuitively knew that this koan would lead me into the deeper understanding of there is no enemy, only energy. So I took it up for contemplation, and I contemplated it, and I devoted myself to weaving those words into my breathing. So every moment of my life, it was working. Nothing evil, nothing good, my original face now. So each time in rehearsal, when I caught the eye of Machine Gun Guy, I heard, nothing evil, nothing good, my original face now. A Zen koan is designed to interrupt the I need to know and control mind until it dissolves into the ocean of the divine mind. And in that dissolution, the answer arises as if by accident. My accident occurred on the first day of a new year during a Chicago blizzard. I had just arrived home from Columbia, and I was rolling out my futon onto the floor when my calico cat, Martha, walks into the door. Meow! Meow, Martha. Oh. I'm fried. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I feel like wet tissue paper. Meow. Martha, tomorrow I'm going to go into the director's office and ask for a sabbatical. Meow. Meow. I turned off the lamp by the bed, and I fell dead onto the futon. My eyes are being pulled open by a light. That light is coming from above my bed. Well, it's my ceiling light. I turned off the bedside lamp. How did this ceiling light get turned on? Oh, I feel as if I've aged 100 years. Who turned on the light? Oh, there's a strange man staring at me. He's dressed in purple and red, Puerto Rican gang colors. Lie down. His demand pulls up a memory of a gun to the side of my head. 10 years ago to this exact date, this man abducted me off the streets of Columbia, South Carolina, with the intention to rape me. That story ends well because at this moment I surrender. God, I know you're here. Look, If you want me to go, I'm okay. I really am. I'm okay. However, I'm only 22, and I feel as if I have a lot more to do. Can you help me here? God responded by encasing us both in an orb of golden white light, and in that light, I saw the face of my guardian angel. This guy did not achieve his attention, his intention. However, that memory reminded me of what I forgot I learned. If this guy has no gun, I have a fighting chance. So I sank into Shaolin martial arts fighting stance, and I looked into Gengai's eyes with the respect due to a formidable foe, and I yelled, "No!" I intuitively know that Gengai did not achieve his mission. Landlord, wake up the landlord. Call the police. My head feels as if it's as big as an elephant's. Landlord, knock on door, call police. Right, okay. Wake up, call the police. I've been robbed. Oh, my face. What does it look like? It's my identity. It's my job. What does this face look like? Bathroom. Mirror. My face is beaten black and blue beyond recognition. Blood has matted my blonde hair to my head. There is a slit from my lip up into my head, making me look like Batman's Joker. Indeed, my head is the size of an elephant's. And just like an elephant's, in the middle of this mayhem are two black dots. My eyes. I wonder, wow, what is inside of this blackness? And so I dive into the silent emptiness, and as I dive, my spirit enters through the crown of my head, flowing back into my body. And together, we free fall, and rage and shame and blame and grief all rise up to greet me, and I say, hey, I see you. I will feel you later. Right now, I'm diving into the blackness. And I keep diving, and then I see it. A tiny, golden, white light. The face before I was born. My original face. It's you that I will stay connected to. It is you that will show me how to use this darkness to turn it into the light that is you. And it is you that will show me how to use all of this pain and turn it into the immortal you. Bring the doorbell. Bring. It's the police. I open up the door to see a man and woman in Chicago blue. Their faces are in shock to see a brutally beat up woman sizzling with joy. I take each of their hands, and together we walk down the snow-covered steps and into the waiting patrol car. My friend Bonnie, 7 years my senior, picks me up from the emergency room with nothing but a concussion, stitches, and bruises. We easily glide down Lakeshore Drive, all along Lake Michigan. The blizzard has blown out of town, leaving a black, empty sky shimmering with stars. I am this black sky. My original face is a star. I'm in my body. I'm sitting in the passenger seat of the Toyota Corolla. I'm sitting next to my friend Bonnie, and I'm interconnected with all that is. Bonnie, I get it now. What? What, darling? What do you get? Bonnie, a black woman born in the American South, is very pragmatic, an investigative journalist who a few months prior became blacklisted for revealing the hidden agenda in the U.S. government's foreign affairs. Bonnie, all day today, I've been feeling very, very excited about something that was to happen in the future. And, you know, it felt like when I was a kid on Christmas Eve, and I could hardly wait to open up the gifts the next morning. That surprise, what is in the package? Gang Guy was my gift. Darling, sweetheart, tell me, how in the world can a man who beats you up be a gift? Well, Bonnie, I figure that all of this violence in my life is because I've really screwed up people in a bunch of people in a bunch of other lifetimes. It's karmic payback. I feel that Gang Guy and I had a date to meet tonight so that I could meet my original face. Whatever are you talking about? Darling, when we get home, I'm fixing us a pot of tea, and you can stay as long as you want with me. Darling, are you sure you're not brain damaged? Karmic justice, Bonnie. First, there was abduct me at gunpoint guy, and then there was run me over and leave me for dead Alfa Romeo guy. Wait, what? You were run over by a car? Yeah, it was in San Francisco. I was standing on the corner of Haight and Masonic Avenue, and I just stepped off of the curb, and I look to my left, and I see an Alfa Romeo speeding towards me, and I said, oh, I'm going to get hit. I wasn't afraid. I relaxed, so there were no broken bones. However, I did go into the tunnel of light, and a nice, sweet voice said, it's not time. Bonnie, they were all strangers and all men. I bet this is the first time that this original face has been in a female form. Bonnie turns the car to the side of the road, stops it, puts it into park, looks at me and says, darling, these are men. It's what men do. Yeah, Bonnie, that's true. And there's a higher plan afoot. After Bonnie and I dress up the couch to look like a bed, she retires to her bedroom, and I go to her desk to get a piece of typing paper and some watercolors. I want to paint my original face. When it's done, I look at the painting. In the middle of the page is a perfectly round, yellow circle. Surrounding the circle are black and red slashes representing the bruises and the blood. Upon closer inspection, I see that the slashes do not penetrate the original face. The original face can never, ever be harmed. It's beyond good and evil. Have you ever noticed that all those Zen guys are so demanding? They want everything now. This is my now. The next morning, Bonnie and I are standing on the threshold of the door into my bedroom, and we're looking at the bedroom. Darling, sweetheart, this looks like a war zone. Indeed, all the walls were painted red with blood, and it looked like a really good abstract painting. Martha's hair was stuck on the black AM/FM radio antenna and bouncing all around the room. My bedclothes were thrown all over the floor. My dresser was face down on the floor. The only thing left standing, my bookcase. Wow, Bonnie, I wonder what Gang Guy looks like. Waving goodbye to Bonnie, the detective walks up the steps, and I show him into the living room, where he collapses into the chair. I was told to come investigate a robbery. Your face tells me a different story, love. What's the story? The Irish detective determined that the blizzard swelled the wood frame in my back door. That was, I deadbolted it. It was locked. It was a deadbolt lock. It was secure. However, that blizzard swelled the wood and opened the door, allowing for Gang Guy's entrance. Gang Guy had been stalking me. I was to be his initiation into the gang. Yep, sign me up for the karmic cleanup crew. This guy abducted me because I was a white woman and he was black. Karmic cleanup it is. Okay, thank you. When the detective leaves, I go into my bedroom and I sit down in the middle of the battle remnants. And what I see are pieces of my false faces, all woven together from one pattern, the need to prove myself to be loved. I was to be Gang Guy's prize of value for his gang family. Gang Guy's family taught him that pain is love. My family taught me the same. Gang Guy uses his pain to create more pain. And so, the karmic cycle of pain and suffering goes on and on and on and on and on. A nursery rhyme pops into my mind. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men could not put Humpty Dumpty back the way he was before. Okay. Humpty Dumpty was an egg. And when an egg falls to the floor, it cracks into many different pieces. And what is revealed? The golden white goodness inside. Gang Guy smashed all the false faces that are the shell to this body and being, and they're all on the floor. And what remains? The golden white goodness rising up out of it. My golden white original face. I have a choice. I can put the pieces back together again, which Humpty Dumpty tells me is not going to work, or I can choose to love all of these fragments and integrate them into myself with the love of my original face, and therefore allowing more of the radiance and the joy and the love of my original face to shine. Woo-hoo! Meow, meow, Martha, where have you been? Martha, I feel like a phoenix rising out of the ashes. I'm so happy you're here. Martha, you're my witness. I declare myself a knight of love, and I vow to delete all the patterns of violence within me from the past in the present moment to benefit future lifetimes. And so it is. The next morning, my eyes still blood red from battle, I trudge through freshly fallen snow to the theater to sit in front of the director at her oversized front desk and submit my request. Well, I can either fire you or give you more work. I put on my steel gray full-length down coat, zip it up, push my red knit hat onto my head, put my black mittens onto my hands, and wave goodbye to this bully, never to see her again. That night, I have a dream. I see a courtyard, a beautiful stone courtyard, surrounded by historic buildings. And in that courtyard are men and women and children, all talking and laughing and being with each other. So much joy. I also see a man, and that man is beckoning me towards him. He's got gray hair down to his shoulders. He has a perfectly sculpted white beard and a mischievous twinkle in his blue eyes. And he's beckoning me towards him. His magnetism is incredible. So much love in those eyes. The next day, I go visit my friend Urbach, 10 years my senior, who works in advertising, is a painter, and also in theater. I tell her my dream. That man is Pir Vilayat Inayat Khan, the head of the Sufi order of the West. Hazrat Inayat Khan, his father, brought the teachings of the Sufis from the East to the West in 1910. I'm a senior guide in that order. Pir is inviting you to come to the abode of the message in New Lebanon, New York. Oh, you must go. Whoa, that was a vision, not a dream. Wow. Urbach, what are Sufi teachings? The seed of all Sufi teachings is that love permeates every particle of matter. Sufis are mystic travelers on the path of love. And this spiral path leads into the deepest, darkest mysteries of the heart. The heart is where love finds its expression. All Sufi practices purify the heart. This journey is a journey of remembrance, home to yourself with God as love, lover, and beloved. It is the sole desire of every Sufi to be completely absorbed in love. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Urbach. You know, ever since I met my original face, I've had this unbearable, insatiable longing for love. It reminds me of how I used to pine away for Stan, the Brazilian music man. He was my first adult love, and that love was intense and all-consuming. Yes, yes, I too felt this longing. We all feel this longing when we awaken from the dream world. It's a longing for our cosmic home. This pain is God's voice calling you home to your original wholeness, to your original face. Allow yourself to be pierced by this pain. It will lead you into God's full embrace. A month later, I was on an Amtrak train heading east to New Lebanon, New York. I arrived into the courtyard of my vision just as the community was gathering to give gratitude for the evening meal. The moment I joined hands in the circle, I felt electric love pulsing in my entire body. I had come home, and in this home, I could begin the pilgrimage home to myself. Now, all Sufi practices purify the heart. And this mystic journey is a journey of remembrance. The heart is the stewpot, and God is the cosmic cook. After 7 years of cooking with the Sufis, God turns up the heat in my heart. I'm living in a house rented by two Sufis who are married, and this house is in the country outside of Kansas City, Missouri. So I drive my Toyota Corolla into Kansas City 5 days a week to work as a fine dining waiter in an upscale restaurant on Country Club Plaza for 1 week. Every day when I drive into Kansas City and I pass by the Missouri River Bluff Cliffs, I consider driving my car off of the cliff and into the river. I mean, if I could become that bubble of light, I could be so much more beneficial to humanity. I mean, I could be bouncing around everywhere and anywhere, and most of all, here and now, and be on call for anybody that wanted to ring me up. I walk into the kitchen to begin my evening shift, and the sous chef assigns me to dollop whipped cream on top of individual servings of chocolate mousse. What is the purpose? What's the matter with me? What truly matters? Does it really matter what I do? Who am I? Now the sous chef is standing to the right of me, and he's just down from me, and he's doing his job, chop, 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 chopping. Suddenly, the chopping noise stops, and his face appears in front of mine. Do you see the light? Do you see the light when you meditate? Do you see the light? See the light. It will set you free. See the light. See the light. And then this Japanese sous chef goes back chopping, never missing a beat. For 3 days, I struggle with my hands to not turn the wheel off of the cliff. This program of despair is interrupted by its sponsor. Hey, if you abort the mission now, you're just going to have to jump back into another body and complete the curriculum where you left off. Oh, no. No way, Jose. No, God, I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll stay. Very good, Bugaboo. This is what you're here to do. We want to let you know that to break free of the dream world, you need to accept all that is, just as it is, no matter what it is. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. God is always watching. That night, when I get home, I call up Urbach, who's still living in Chicago. Urbach, Japanese sous chef, asked me if I saw the light. There is no light. It's dark. It's done. I feel like a dead fish swimming on top of the water. There is no God. There is no light. Oh, yes. You've entered into the dark night of the soul. It's a place that all mystics arrive to. It's your soul's birth canal. You're the only one who can go through it. God is waiting to catch you on the other side, love. Urbach, the only choice I feel that I have is to drive my car off of the cliff. Oh, well, this is the voice of your soul speaking through your personal will. It's letting you know that it's time to let go of control and to clear out anything in your heart that does not allow you to know that you are love and you are loved. It's time to let go and let God be the driver of your life. The first time I experienced terror was looking into Gengai's eyes. The second time, looking into this dark cavern within myself. Die, die. You've got to die. You just got to die. If you don't die, you ain't gonna really live. You got to die. Die to it all. And then, only then, will you be truly alive. The voice of Joaquin, the gardener at the abode. Die before you die and live. Oh. All of the heart practices had unlocked the dungeon of my heart, and blame and rage and grief and shame were all clamoring up for my attention. It was very overwhelming. I felt that if I would feel them, I would die. Okay? All right. Okay, will do. With the landlord's blessing, I quit my job and I'm sitting at the desk of a food stamp clerk waiting for her return. I look up and I see walking into the office a Puerto Rican man. And our eyes stay connected until he sits down next to me at the desk. And he gives me a smile with such compassion and such warmth and such love that it melts the terror in my heart. There's only fear there now. Fear is always there when we step into the unknown. It's an ally, it's a friend. It's just saying, warning, warning, danger, be alert, be aware, be aware. Okay. The food stamp clerk gives me my food stamp booklet. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. I can now feel my feelings as messengers from my soul. The next day, I'm sitting on my big Turkish rug in my living room, and I wait as a mother sits with her wounded child. Rage comes out. Oh, and it rips itself from newspapers, ripping newspapers, ripping out the rage. Rip. And then grief. Oh, grief, the river of grief flows. Oh, it's flowing and flowing. Grief has its own rhythm. It has its own life. Like when I'm on the telephone to the marketer. Oh. Or when I'm pushing the grocery cart in the grocery store. Oh. Or when I'm opening up the refrigerator door. Oh. Grief has run itself dry. Oh, I feel as if I've been washed by an ocean of love. Oh. Okay, this is it. I'm done. Oh, yes. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, I'm gonna start a new life. Oh, 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 I feel it. Oh, the pain. Oh, 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 it's small, but it's the biggest I've ever felt it. Oh, allow yourself to be pierced by this pain. It will lead you into God's full loving embrace. Oh, I feel like a fishing net. Oh. You almost killed me at birth. You almost killed me at birth. You almost killed me at birth. You were to be born a boy. You were to be born a boy. You'll amount to nothing. You'll amount to nothing. You'll amount to nothing. My family, voices of shame like a wet blanket for decades laying on me. I am guilty of nothing. Nothing. Oh, blame, blame, blame pouring off of me like pebbles out of a glass jar, pouring down to the floor. Until it is no more. Who looks out of my eyes? Who whispers into my ear? Who speaks words from my mouth? The golden stove feels like cast iron, yet it's hollow and flexible like bamboo. And this fire of joy rises up within me and into infinity and spirals back down again into my body and into the stove, sending an umbilical cord of love into my heart and out into the world. I'm in love. I'm in a little red car. I'm the car. The car is me. I'm behind the wheel, but I'm not driving. God's driving me right over a cliff. Oh, 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 oh. Suspended. Oh. Surrounded. Oh, surrendered to pure, primordial, illuminated light. Dancing in cosmic, orgasmic ecstasy. I am bliss. Take that leap of your heart. Faith is the cushion. And so it goes. Who I was before I met my original face, believed I was a somebody. Held in the eternal, indomitable, orgasmic love space that is within, there's nobody, absolutely nobody. Simply a presence of being. I am. Returning home to our original wholeness, with God as love, lover, and beloved, as I am that I am, and that's all that I am, initiates us onto a lifelong adventure of learning how to row the boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. As the navigator of the life stream that is always flowing through us, the I need to know and control mind begins to bow to be in service to the intuitive feeling wisdom of the heart. This dance of trust embraces the wounds of the ego, fueling the joy of our true nature, so that we may merrily, 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 merrily persevere and emerge victorious in life's storms. As we merrily, 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 merrily roll along in our life, as the navigator, we observe all life experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, arise and fall away. Arise and fall away. Like clouds appearing and then disappearing back into the emptiness of the blue sky. The dream world is always changing. What remains? The indomitable, victorious, sky-like space holding our body in place. It's all a big joke, an illusion, a dream. If you're gonna accept all that appears as perfect in what it is, no matter what it is, you might as well bust out laughing. I agree. This final story is my version of an ancient wisdom tale. It's about three brothers who navigate life as the art of play. A long time ago, in a land far away, in a country now known as China, lived 3 brothers. These brothers traveled around the land laughing. Laughter was their sermon. When the villagers asked them their name, they laughed. So they became known as the Laughing Saints. Imagine these 3 bald brothers laughing their way into the marketplace. Laughter is a contagion. It ripples into each person's body, and that body jiggles and wiggles and giggles with gales of laughter. The marketplace expands. Suddenly, there's enough for everyone. One day, one of the brothers drops dead laughing. The villagers come up to talk to the remaining 2 brothers. You've got to do the last rites. Your brother just died. Quit laughing. Oh, we are not going to quit laughing. We have been laughing all of our life. Our brother did not die. There is no death. He just left his body on the side of the road and he evaporated into eternity. We honor our brother with laughter. The villagers left, only to return 3 days later. Your brother's body is stinking up the village. You've got to do the last rites. Okay. Our brother had 3 requests. Number 1, do not give him a bath. Number 2, do not change his clothes. And number 3, do not give him any last rites. The villagers agreed. So they built the funeral pyre, and they lit the fire, and the flames grow higher and higher and higher until an explosion, a symphony of sound and multicolored lights. The villagers began to laugh and to sing and dance and celebrate into the night. That brother had the last laugh. He stuffed his pockets with fireworks. In every death, there is an ecstatic rebirth. I figure if a person dies laughing, they've lived a fearless life. Laughter rings into eternity. Laughter is love. There is no evil. There is no good. Love always finds a way through the distinctions and differences that divide us. You, me, and everybody we know is an ocean of love. Roar this love into the world. What an amazing time to be appearing live on planet Earth. For a limited time only, and so it goes.